Hey guys, got a new accessory today. Just showed up a couple hours ago, so kind of going through everything. This is all all the parts that you need that come with it, and you've got your stand and your jack here, and then of course your cage mounts. Now you don't have to buy the cage mounts; you can buy them separately. I didn't know of any other way to mount it, so I went ahead and got the cage mounts, as I assume probably most people will. Kind of keeps everything, because you got two separate parts here, and it keeps everything together. So what you got this back mount, and then they give you a new bolt, and this part mounts right in here below your shock there. And the only complaint I have, let's see here, is this bolt, this factory bolt, I think is probably an 8 grade, based on its color. I'm not sure, but I think it's probably pretty strong grade, and I think that the bolt they give you is only 3 grade, so I'm a little worried about that. May have to go to something stronger later, but of course I would have used something a little stronger. It looks like on the front they did. I could be wrong, but I think this is a little stronger grade bolt than these ones. But anyway, maybe an issue, may not. Now this part here goes on the front. It'll go right there, and the nub will stick out, and that's what you hook your jack to. So those parts permanently mount on your machine, and you're pretty much going to have to do it in a shop where you have one of those. You're going to have to get a jack to jack this thing off the ground to take the pressure off the springs to put the bolt in. Now because of that, I got to thinking after I started opening the box that this is not going to work for my buddies. If you're riding with a group and somebody's got a problem, needs to change a flat or pull a wheel off, maybe redo some bearings or something, you're not going to be able to help them like I was hoping, because these parts are going to be permanently mounted on your machine, and most likely your buddies are not going to have these parts, and if they do, they're probably going to have their own jack. So this is pretty much a one machine jack. Was kind of a bummer. I wish they would do something a little bit differently there so you could use it for other machines, but anyway, as far as now, that's how it's set up, so keep that in mind. The other issue that I had with this thing is this hole for this part of the jack was really tight, and I got it in there fairly easy, just twisted it a little bit and it went in, and then I couldn't get it out. So it was a chore getting it out of there. So in trying to get it out of there, I damaged that a little bit with the hammer. I nicked it up right there a little bit, and I tried to wrap the hammer in the paper towels, keep it from damaging things, but it did anyway. So I fought and fought for about 40 minutes trying to get that, this stupid thing out of here. So maybe they're not that tight generally. Maybe there's a little bit of a mess up, I'm not sure, but definitely check that if you guys get one of these, and try to waller out this hole a little bit, kind of stick this in there just a little bit, and then twist it back and forth, and try to get some good slack in here, so it's not so tight. Because if I would have stuck it in there, mounted it, and then tried to get it out in the woods, I would have been in trouble. I wouldn't have had the tools and the equipment to get this stinking shaft out of here. So it's kind of a dumb design. I think this jack is well built, good quality, but I don't like this. This should be like a 2-piece clamp here, so these things don't get seized in here. Would have been a little bit nicer, but anyway. Other than that, yeah, I think it's gonna work. I think it's gonna work great. And if I need to do any tire work, I can stick it on there, real quick, and get the tire off the ground, and it works real good. And you guys can watch other videos and you'll see how they do it. But basically, this part right here, it's going to mount right in here, and it's going to stick out. And so of course it'll be taller. It'll probably stick out with the extension here. It'll probably stick out about here. And you roll that machine forward and it rocks it back and gets your tire off the ground. So pretty slick setup. It's just, like I said, it's only going to be used good for one machine, and that's a big downer that I see with it. Now I've got some fuel tanks back here and may end up putting the back glass on here, and so I don't have an option to mount it anywhere here. So the next best place that I can find is right up here. Now there's some space right there, and there's some space right there, and right over there. Now these mounts, you can kind of move them around a little bit and position them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mount this right up above this rear seat, and it's going to, you know, it'll tuck up in there pretty good. And this part here, this stand will hang down a little bit, but it's going to be, there's going to be more than enough clearance to keep somebody from hitting their head. Now if you put a real tall guy back there, maybe they'll have an issue, but I think there's going to be plenty of clearance. If you chop your cage, that might be another problem. But for now, that's my only option, and that's where I'm going to mount it. So anyway, hope this helps you guys out a little bit, and I'll get it mounted on, and if I have any more issues with it or come up with something, I'll let you guys know. And if you have any questions, go ahead and post in the comment, and then I'll try to get to them. So I'll catch you later.